everyone, it's Sharana from Payorwait, and today I'm going to be reviewing Glamorous, which is now streaming on the Netflix platform. This series stars Miss Benny and Kim Cattrall as the series centers around Marco, a young gender non-conforming queer person whose life seems to be a little bit stuck in place until they land a job working for the legendary makeup mogul, Madeline Addison. So for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome, hello, so glad you came, I hope you stay. I'll tell you what I liked about the series, what I didn't like about the series, and should you watch this series or not? Is it worth binging? Is it not worth binging? I'm going to tell you at the end, so make sure you stay tuned. So, going into what I enjoyed about this series, first and foremost, I really love Miss Benny as Marco. I loved what Miss Benny brings to Marco's character. Like, they are giving me charisma. They are just bringing a light to the character that makes you want to root for them, makes you want to, stay for their story, go on this journey with them as they're basically working the dream job that they've always wanted. And I think that Miss Benny was always the right person for this. I know this has kind of been in development hell. It's supposed to be on the CW, then it got moved to Netflix. But I really love that this kind of stayed with Miss Benny as the lead as Marco, because I thought that they did a really fantastic job. And I really don't think the series would have worked without Miss Benny playing Marco. It's just something about them that just makes you want to keep watching them on screen. And it really makes you believe in who Marco is as a character. But also, too, most importantly, that we have more queer representation, that we have a series that stars, that's centered around this gender non-conforming queer person. I like that we're getting more representation of the entire spectrum of what it means to be queer. And I hope that we get more of it. But I also love that we had a Latinx lead on top of that. And also, too, that we actually get to see Black queer love. We get to see Black love in general. If you watch movie and TV, and I know you're running like, why are you saying this? Because honestly, if you watch movies and TV shows right now, it will lead you to believe that you live in a world where Black people don't love or lust after other Black people. So it was very refreshing to actually watch another queer relationship in the series, but most importantly, to see that queer relationship take place between two Black women. And I just hope that we get more of it. I hope that we keep dispelling these myths that we don't love each other, that we don't want to be with each other. So I really want to give kudos from a casting standpoint of casting those two actresses, and make, having Black queer love shown as well. Now, also too, what I will say, I do like Michael C. Rosen. Michael C. Rosen is like one of those people that I've watched them in different shows. If you watch Pretty Smart or Tiny Little Things, every time that I see Michael on my screen, always playing a different character, always kills it, really shows the range as an actor. And I really hope that I get to see Michael do something where, he gets to take lead. Because I really think that he's good at what he does. And I think that he's proven that he can pretty much do anything like, drama, comedy. And I really hope that I just get to see more of him. That was just a random shout out. Like, he's great as Ben in this series, but that was just the overall. I love him in everything that I watch him in. Now, Kim Cattrall. I'm so happy to see her on my TV screen more and more. If y'all want to know, is she giving Samantha vibes from the looks? Okay, the look she's giving me Samantha. But I like that she gets to play a different type of character that we haven't seen. I like that as Madeline, is this legendary model who's turned businesswoman. I like that we get to see what it's like to be a woman at the top. From delving into the relationship between her and her son, but also to get to see her, explore her love life, to see her doubt herself and to question, is she making the right decisions as a CEO, to see the stress that comes on women within this industry. I like that we get to see a different side of Kim Cattrall in this series. I hope that we get to delve even deeper just into who she is personally as a character. They do that a little bit, but I felt like we could have done it even more outside of who Madeline is as this businesswoman who's trying to help save her company. But I like Kim Cattrall in this. I thought she looked fabulous every single time, continues to slay on our TV screens. And I really do hope that we get to see them delve a little bit deeper into who Madeline is as just a woman in her personal life. Now, also too, I will say that I like that they delve into the issues with the beauty industry. Most importantly, how they capitalize pride every single year. It is, let's put our rainbows over our logos. Let's do all these pride things and say how accepting we are. And then we go back to eliminating queer representation from campaigns and not, this demographic of people who actually purchase your products. You ignore them all year outside of Pride Month. And I like that they actually showcased this. They did it in a really cool way of actually giving history into the queer community, the LGBTQIA plus community. I thought it was really cool how they did that in the episode, but I like that they actually talk about how these brands, how these companies continue to ignore this community outside of the month when they actually get to make money off of them. So I thought that was really cool, and I like that they actually showcase just how, like, y'all gotta do better makeup industry, dang. Okay, but even though I have many more things that I can say that I love about this series, I got two big issues. Two of the biggest issues that really just irked my spirit while watching Glamorous is, first and foremost, you have this character, Marco, who is desired, who got boo things, okay? And then you put them with a white love interest. And I know y'all about to get mad at me, but like every single time we have a series or a movie that stars a person of color, they always have to be in a romantic relationship with a white person. It's like no one will watch this unless we put someone white on our screens, and I don't get it. But then to put Marco in this character with somebody like Parker, and then on top of that, to have it be like the typical bro-looking, muscle, like hunk type of dude, and then to have a person who like gaslights them continuously, who makes them feel less than, and also makes them feel like they don't belong in this world. And to me, it didn't make sense for a character like Marco, who is fully acceptable who they are, how they want to present themselves within this world, and is very confident while doing it. It would not make sense for them to entertain a person like Parker. Now, I can go a little bit deeper into this, but I'm going to leave it for there right now. But it really bothered me, and it almost made me not like the series as a whole, because how long we had to go back and forth. I said, why is Parker still in this series? It don't even make sense. Okay, I'm getting mad. Let me calm down. Whew, woosah, woosah, woosah. Okay, sorry. The only other issue that I did have is, while we do have more representation, I didn't like that there's one character that I felt that like the role that they were playing was just very beneath them. And I hated that they were a person of color. There is another person of color character who is kind of like a bad person. And I don't know how that made me feel. And maybe, hey, like, if we're having more roles with people of color, they should be able to play good or bad. But it just made me feel a certain type of way that we were watching a series where like most of the flawed people or people who are less than were all people of color. I could be reading too deep in this, and if I am, I know y'all get me together in the comment section below, so that's fine. But outside of that, I had a good time watching this. I had a lot of fun watching it. Y'all was gonna say, oh, it's giving me Ugly Betty vibes. It's giving me Devil Wears Prada vibes. Not Devil Wears Prada really, but I can see people saying that. And not even really Ugly Betty. But hey, if you enjoy Ugly Betty, you're definitely gonna enjoy Glamorous. So what I would do is I would tell you to binge it. Watch it. I'm here for it, and give me my season 2 and stop playing. Don't be trying to cancel this after season 1, okay? Because I know how y'all do, all right? Talk to you, Ted, all right? All right, so those are my thoughts on Glamorous. As always, my name is Sharonda from payorwait, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I love you guys 3,000. And until I see you again.